Hey, good day, everybody. Hey, listen, this is something I've talked about repeatedly for my entire career. I think most people don't realize that that they're salespeople. Everybody is a commission-only salesperson. You are a commission-only salesperson. I don't care if you're a school teacher, you work at the DMV, you work in it doesn't matter what you're doing. You are a commission-only salesperson. So this is a piece that I just found that I think is really great that speaks to that. And I think once you realize that, and I talk about this all the time in my business, how important it is for people to become professional salespeople. I know it's one of the most important things that ever happened in my life. I listened to a program called How to Master the Art of Selling Anything. It's 12 audios by Tom Hopkins. I started listening to this in 1979, and I listened to it every day, at least 2 hours a day, for 3 years. I never listened to the radio in my car. I only listened to this audio program because I knew, I was shy and introverted. I knew, and I don't like rejection, just like I'm sure you don't like rejection. And I knew that the only way that I was going to be able to, accomplish the goals I had, financial goals, success in business, was I needed to learn how to sell and needed to get over feeling self-conscious about it. And so I listened to those things, and what happened to me is over time, I learned it so well. It was like that everything became very effortless for me after that. From a sales and recruiting standpoint in my business, I became, my closing ratio in my business was like 80+%. It was very high, and that's just because I learned how to ask questions and how to close and how to sell. And I think if you're listening to this call, if you really want to be successful, it doesn't matter what you're involved in, you need to become a professional salesperson. That's one of the things I taught my children, and both of them have done very, very well. And they've learned that. And I think that no matter, my daughter's a screenwriter and a director, but she has to sell her vision for, something that she wrote or to get something made. It's all sales. My son's in the financial service business as well. He's a partner in a hedge fund. And same thing, you got, to raise money, to get people to invest in your opportunity, you have to know how to sell. Everything is selling. So here we go. I just spoke to a group of people learning to master the digital channels. I opened by asking for a show of hands as to who in the room worked as a commission-only salesperson. Not a single hand was raised. I'm certain they thought I was in the wrong room. So I asked for a show of hands from people who believed that the results that they produce in business and life are the direct result of their ability to sell themselves and their ideas, their ability to influence and persuade others. Every person in the room raised a hand. I asked again how many believed they were commission-only salespeople. Again, every hand. Now I want you to raise your hand. People don't want to believe that they're salespeople, but they are. You are. If you don't describe yourself as a salesperson, it's even worse than that. You are a commission-only salesperson. Whether or not you know it, whether you believe it, whether you accept it, it's true. All of the results that you produce in business and in life are the result of your ability to sell yourself and your ideas. If you want a job, you got to sell yourself, right? You have to, if you have ideas within your job and you want, people that are in a power position to implement your ideas, you've got to be able to sell those ideas. The only thing that you have any modicum of control over is yourself. The best you can hope for with other people is influence. You'll never control them. The results that you produce are necessarily the result of your ability to influence other people. This is in friendship. This is in business. This is in everything. So is the money you make. The amount of money you earn, your commission, is a direct reflection of the value you create. The more people you persuade to let you create value for and with them, the more money you make. If you believe this to be true, then what do you need to change? I highly recommend that you look into how to master the art of selling anything. There's lots of books on selling. There's all kinds of people that are in the selling business that you can learn how to sell if you want to. I promise you, regardless of what you're involved in, And if you're involved in my business, you really need to master this. This is one of the reasons I see that people fail in my business is they don't really learn how to sell. And everything about my business is selling, and everything about your business is selling, whether you realize it or not.